The long A. Avoid adding an intrusive "a" sound before this pure vowel, as that lends it a British air. Russian speakers also need to differentiate the long A from the short E, as in get. This is accomplished by having this long A descend in pitch when it occurs within stressed syllables. Patient, painter, ancient, dated, determination, game, table, behavior, documentation, delayed, raining, containers. What gave you the idea that everyone was okay? What makes the population so sure? Ray thought we were going to take turns. I've had to train as hard as everyone else to get to this place. I say embrace the weird capes. If she is able to maintain a stable relationship, she will find ways to prove it. We are each in danger of being consumed by what we do and how we are. A display of one's work is a naked history of the struggle to receive an education. This is the last generation of chain smokers. You'll never look at the major leagues the same way. Are they enough for your first day at the new job? The estate agents said they'd come by to view the cave. I acknowledge my limitations and am grateful for every new day. The long vowels covered in this section of the manual could be considered the basic vowels. Mastery over these basics equates to building a foundation for clear American speech. The long O. Russian speakers have two things to look out for when pronouncing the long O. First off, they must seek to avoid sounding British. If they add an "e" before the O, the vowel will have an English twist. Secondly, Russian speakers should be careful not to turn the long O into aw, effectively flattening the sound. Social, golden, yolks, mostly, snowstorm, slowed, so, notepads, closed, ghosts, motion, growing. I don't understand the word no. You told me they had videos. Get to know the nurses' names and they'll throw you an extra patient now and then. Just don't make me apologize for being someone people like. What are your goals today? Let your hopes, not your hurts, mold your future. Most salespeople have a favorite mobile device. The numbers weren't clearly posted. The words were painted in a neat, old-fashioned arch upon the window of the shop. The ponytailed hostess in a black t-shirt approached me. Everybody looked hungover, or as if they had just rolled out of bed. Because nothing was open, I felt a bit lost and didn't know where else to go. To kill some time, I walked over to the old building. While making your way through this manual, be sure to descend in pitch on stressed syllables, lay off the reduced vowels, and aim to pronounce the italicized words exactly like an American. The long E. Russian speakers have two considerations when forming the long E. To avoid sounding British, Russians need to refrain from adding an intrusive before the vowel. Russians should also keep in mind that the long E is a sharp, brilliant vowel, and not pronounce it as a short I, as in win. Complete. Cheeks. Be. Weep. Streets. Needed. Mean. Email. Fees. Leadership. Key. Sweet. Team. Who do you believe? All things being equal, wouldn't you rather represent the innocent? It gives me the ability to reach out and communicate with my audience without them needing to visit my website. Irene felt sick after she put down the phone. Peter realized that Easter was a few weeks away. I saw something I hadn't seen before. Theo took a deep breath for courage. He was at least 6'3". I would never dream of suggesting such a thing. The green fedora was the type of hat a leading man might wear in a movie. His hair was mostly gray and needed cutting. The number of deals that pan out is extremely small. The antique reeked of oil paint. His heels stuck out of his slippered feet. The air was almost too stale to breathe. The student should seek to establish a working relationship with these long vowels. Try to get each italicized sound in a given chapter to match the others. In this case, the vowels heels and feet should sound the same. The long U. There are two pitfalls to avoid when pronouncing the long U. The first is that Americans tend to have fewer Y's before their long U's. You will catch the occasional Y before a long U, as in cute and accuse, but British speakers add that Y before many words with the long U that Americans pronounce without that Y, such as new and Tuesday. Russian speakers need to familiarize themselves with how Americans handle each long U on a case-by-case basis. The second mistake that a Russian speaker needs to avoid is pronouncing the long U as one of its softer variations, such as mutating the name Luke to look. New. Rumors. Do. Who. Funeral. School. Room. Move. It's not that crucial. The career crisis tightened like a noose around my neck. I'll go get my Newsweek back from Julian and see whose career is more pathetic. It wouldn't have to do with anything else, would it? I've been waiting a week for you to tell me. We haven't done lower leg work in 2 weeks. Who is it? Why don't we talk about you instead? I love pizza, basketball, old black and white movies, and women in bikinis. Excuse me? I don't have to do this. I use my bare feet to find my way in the dark. I was overwhelmed by the accumulated losses. Her solo debut announces a remarkable voice. The paranormal includes vampires, werewolves, and anything that goes bump in the night. Andy Rooney said that love, not time, heals all wounds. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work.